too.
Chilling out.
What do we got, guys? Anything?
Lonnie, can you just kind of go through your first of all, having Jalen, a healthy Jalen, what that means for the room, and I know he was, obviously around spring, but to be back in full go, as Coach said, what's that mean for you guys?
Just his leadership, his experience playing. You look good. Knock on wood that him, Seth, and Dez stay healthy. That's three good guys that you put out on the field, and just then bring on the young guys. He's assigned to there's so many of them. Marcus and Jatavius Harris. They play the Z position where Jalen plays. So when they're out throwing and we're not there, he's coaching them. When we're doing mat drills and he's coaching them. So along with Seth and Tyler Harrell on his side, just the experience that those guys have had. Them out there playing, because the young guys do have speed. Now, they're not doing everything right, but, just to go out, practice with effort, work hard. The finishing part is the thing that you got to do with the freshmen, because, Tyler Harrell runs 20:08. To him, he thinks he's running, for the first 30, and then, the next 20, he needs to go. So it's just them getting over the hump to where, okay, every step I take, especially as a receiver, I got to finish.
What's the next step for Dez this year?
The biggest thing for Dez is just getting stronger. He's a great route runner, tracks the ball well. He's understanding what to do. Him and Jalen are interchangeable, whether or not they play inside or out. So that'll be something new for him, playing, some inside. 10 touchdowns and, didn't start last year. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to see, what he can do, being a full-time starter. My thing for me and, from Coach Pete since I've been here is just practice. I'm a practice coach. Go out, do it on the practice field. That leads to everything that you'll see in the game. Practice, watching film, and competing at a high level.
What's his upside? What's his ceiling?
Jalen's or Dez's? It's he's still a young guy. I think he could be one of the best receivers to play here. He's shown it. It sort of happened spring game, and then his redshirt freshman season. Now it's one of those things where the goal for him is to become an all-conference player. Then after that, Bolitnikov finalists. Those type of things. That's the goals that he needs to set for himself. They all want to be a pro. Practice like a pro. Work like a pro. If that's truly what you want to do.
How do wide receivers' roles change with the different type of quarterback? I mean, Juwan's likely going to stand in there a little longer. What does that do?
Just keeping your routes alive. Winning your one-on-ones, and they've been with Puma. It's not like Puma hadn't been here throwing to those guys. So, now that Puma's, he's the guy, they get to just throw with him all the time. Just working on timing and depth and being where we need them to be. I tell them all the time, it's our job to make the quarterbacks look good. Because they're not going to throw the perfect pass all the time. So it's our job to make those guys look good.
Speaking of the young guys, Coach said Harry Douglas. Marcus reminds him of that. That's
right.
That's pretty lofty coming in.
Seeing Marcus run, he's not tall, he's not short, but long stride, quarterback, smart player. I think he can come in and compete to play, and that's been my message to them. Don't wait. Come in and play. If you want to play in that first game, it starts as soon as they got on campus. Wanting to meet, going, doing extra stuff on their own, catching balls. He's a smooth runner. I mean, we're fast. It's one of those things where track speed and football speed are different, but once he's shown that he can run.
It does seem like you have a glut of really good, talented players. How do you sort through the young guys with the experienced guys when you start camp, or do they do that?
They do it. That's one of the things that Coach Pete talks about all the time. show your peers why you should be a starter. Show your peers why you should play. And, competition brings out the best. The cream rises to the top. That's the saying. And, if you want to be a starter, take it. If you want to play, take it. I mean, it's hard to play 90 plays, as a wideout fresh. So, I tell them, you play 50 plays, you get 6 balls, you get 80 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's a good day,
If I remember last summer, you were pretty excited about having Devontae Pete.
Yes.
And then he got injured. What do you see with him?
Coach spoke on it. Pete just brings a different kind of energy. He never wants to come out. He goes hard. He's on special teams, and the guys really enjoy being around him. He's one I can always go to him like, Pete, okay, come on now, let's get the group going. We need to go. Let's practice. So just a guy that showed that he could play, and has played, to bring some depth or, maybe start.
Mike, we've worked with Bobby for a long time. This is his 5th year. He was only here 4 the first time. What stands out to you about him this summer, and where do you think he's at?
Well, Coach has always been very detailed, attention to detail coach. He's been able to convince the coaches and the players that we're all pulling the rope the same direction. We all have a philosophy that comes from him through the organization, and because of that, every team that I've ever been on that he's been in charge of, the atmosphere, the attitude has all been, we're going to do everything we can to try and be the best that we can be. We all have a clear vision of what that is, and so we're all working towards the same thing. And it hasn't been that way in a lot of the programs I've been a part of, and that's why he's been so successful.
How do you think he does it, convince guys that everyone
Well,
else is
it starts by his conviction. Every day he comes in there, he comes in ready to go, ready to be his best. And I think that flows through us. We feel his energy, we feel his direction. Every day we start the day off with a staff meeting, and he lays out the day for us, he lays out the week for us. We all buy in as coaches because we believe in him, and we sell that to the players. And the organization is consistent that way. This organization doesn't rise and fall on emotion. We have a consistent foundation that he has laid down for us, and every team that I've been a part of that he has been the head coach, it's always been that way. His leadership and his foundation flows through the program, and that's why we have a base and we have a philosophy, and everyone kind of sticks to that.
Every position group has a big challenge with Alabama coming up on the schedule, but perhaps none bigger than what you guys are facing. They're known for such incredible defensive linemen. What do you feel like you're facing in that first challenge?
Well, having an opening game like that puts a real energy charge into all of our preparation. If we were opening with a lesser opponent, then maybe the energy level is not as strong in the summertime. Maybe you don't feel the passion to stay late and come early and do the things that our players are doing right now. So I think their challenge and their reputation is right in front of us, and our players are willing to accept that and understand that it's a great opportunity and it's a great environment. All of our team welcomes this opportunity and is relishing the chance to go play in the game. And so what that does is that adds to the really tough motivation days in May and June and July, when you have to get out there every day and go in that weight room and realize that you're building your body and building our team. Having a first opponent like that, knowing that the challenge is going to be there, adds to that motivation. It kicks up that energy level. It puts a charge in all of us, and so we're all excited about that. And certainly the guys up front feel that as well. We know that there's a stiff challenge there, but that's the greatest thing about being a football coach, is you're working with guys that really enjoy challenges. You're working with competitors and guys that say, hey, I want to be the best, I want to play the best, and let's go see what we can do. And so we've got guys that are doing that right now.
Does it help that you face Clemson, who's got that similar kind of size and speed up front?
Well, we realize our schedule is second to anyone. We don't back down from anyone, and we feel like that we're prepared for all of the challenges that we have. The ACC schedule is as difficult as anything that there is out there. We know every week we turn the video on, and there's great players there. We see the draft, and we see all those players that get drafted that we go against every single play. And so this challenge will be just like those ones that we relish and are excited about.
Like how to have Lucas back in that room and his decision to come back. It seems like a lot of the younger guys look up to him, and he kind of takes on that role. How big of a key is he for the success of the line?
Well, he's the alpha leader of that group. Because of his experience and because of his personality, he pulls everyone in the room together. My relationship with him has been so strong that I think a lot of the things that I feel and that I want and that I have a vision for in that group flows through him, and his ability to communicate to the rest of those guys has created an atmosphere in that offensive line room that is really contagious right now. It's so exciting to be a part of the guys that are in that room because they all see what the vision is and they all understand what it takes to be where we want to go. And now we're in that part of the season, that part of the schedule where it's when the alarm clock goes on, you put on your work clothes and let's go to work. And that's what we're doing right now in the weight room and in the mat drills and in conditioning. And all of that takes leadership, and Lucas has been able to provide that for us. And right now this is his football team.
Is it a more confident group now? Last year when you came in, they were so maligned, and you probably had to be part psychologist with them. I mean, you probably did that anyway.
Right.
Is that different this year?
I think it is. I think there's guys in that room that have experienced success and they have confidence in each other. The Mekhi Becton came in and was able to provide so much for us in terms of just his raw talent, that now his confidence from having played for a season and understanding what he's going to experience, which was completely new to him, I see just such a more dedicated look on his face. And, we talk about guys' physical conditioning, and when he came back at just a little over 20% body fat at 360 pounds, showed me the conviction that he's had in the off season in the weight room and the things that he's done. I also see it in his focus. Now he's not just sitting there waiting to be told what to do. He is taking the lead. He's engaged in the communication process. And so, his level is raised up along with everyone else in that room. So I'm really excited about what they can be.
Mike, I don't know if you heard Coach talking about the in-state recruiting. You've recruited this state for a long time. How good is the talent in Kentucky right now, and how important is it for you guys to latch on to some of it?
Yeah, I think it's really important. It's exciting to see high school player development and to see our high school coaches enjoying the success of their labor, watching them develop these guys. And like Coach said, it is a cyclical thing that there'll be a lot in certain classes, and certainly this year, next year, there are a lot of players that we feel like can play at this level. And because of the success that we've had on the field, they know that the University of Louisville is going to compete for championships. They know that we're going to be in bowl games. They know that we're going to be on national television. And so I think that makes this an attractive environment for them. And certainly with the new construction that we've got going on, everything that you look at from outside into this program is exciting. And you can see the future, and that's what we hope that these guys see.
How much does it help? I know it doesn't make it, recruiting is never easy, but how much does it help to throw out the success Reggie had or Michael Bush or
Sure.
guys you've had over the past 10, 15 years in this program?
I think it's obvious that the really good players in this state that want to compete at a high level, that want to win football games, that want to enjoy the fruits of what college football is all about, playing in the big-time bowl games and doing the things that we've done over the years, and also doing it here where everyone in this state knows who you are and your family and your friends can see you play, has been something that has been a real success story for a lot of those guys in this state that have come here. And so we're excited about that. We want guys to come in and be a part of this program, and we think that there's guys that are close by that can do that.
All right.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Off the camp.